right, it says I am live. Hi, everyone.
I am live. Hi, everyone. I am live. Hi, everyone.
Shut that volume down. Sorry about that. All right. I am working on using a new camera setup and a new camera. So hopefully everything looks okay. I see it's a little bit of glare from my lights here, but I think we're just going to have to deal with having glare right there. It's okay. Okay, if anyone is in the chat and you can post a little message so I know that everything's working okay, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to hop on over to the my little scrapbook store page now and see if I can pop a little reminder in there. Let's see. I'm going to be working on the May challenge today, which was created by Sherry. And her challenge is to have flowers be your main focal point on your layout. So we're going to make a layout with lots of flowers today. Let me just post the link. Okay. Hi, Taylor. Okay, great. So I'm seeing the chat. Awesome. I'm using a new setup, so you know how that goes. Oh, here we go. Let me do this little share button. I'm going to copy the link and post in the group. Oh, why is it not letting me paste it? Come on. There we go. Okay, I shared this to the group. Okay. Perfect. All right. I think I am ready to rock and roll now. Let me just open my YouTube chat. Okay, so I can see Taylor's in the chat. Hope you're doing well today. I am working with this new setup. I have a webcam. I feel like I am moving up in the world now with making scrappy content. All right. So for the May challenge, we need to use flowers as a focal point. So I pulled out Cocoa Vanilla's Bloom and Grow because Cocoa Vanilla always has absolutely gorgeous florals in their collections. So we're going to play with this today. I'm going to be scrapbooking a picture of me and Aiden on a past Mother's Day, and we had little matching best friend t-shirts. So I'm going to be scrapbooking that photo today. And let's see. All right. Let's see what I have left of this collection. I still have a good amount of this left. Some ribbon thrown in here, some scraps. So my idea for the layout was I had watched Chanel Lane's Monday Live, and on Monday she does things called starting points. Where this is pretty. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to use this for today. So she does this thing called starting points where she essentially makes a base layout. And then once she has her base layout done, she lets you like snap a little screenshot of it. And then she goes into all of her embellishing and adding on. So I was inspired by her base layout. And I think that's what we're going to go with today. So the base layout that she made was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper with a 3-inch strip down the left-hand side, and then a block of paper where she put her photo and her journaling so that she had a shelf for her title. So I'm going to do that and then just see where it takes me. So I'm very glad that we get 2 sheets of each paper in Cocoa Vanilla collection kits because I really like this rainbow stripe paper. But I also like this white paper with the hearts background, and that's what I'm going to use as my base layer. So at least I still have a second copy of this white paper. Oh, and before I get started, one thing I did want to do was color my my title, my chipboard title. So there were these raw chipboard titles that came in the collection. I used one for a previous live stream where I did heat embossing with a glitter embossing powder on a title. Today, I'm going to spritz the titles with some distress spritz in peacock feathers. So I already did a quick little test on some of the chipboard hearts that I can use as embellishment, and I'll show you how they came out. So I don't know if it's going to focus well on that. So I spritzed those hearts with some of this distress spritz. And now I'm going to spritz my Love You title. And I just want to double check one thing really quick. I just want to make sure that I am not doing something wrong and missing any conversations from anyone. So I'm just going to head over to my channel and see. Nope, that was an old video. All right. Okay. All good. Okay, I am good. Here we go. All right. So for distress spritz, you want to really shake it up really well because you want to get all of that shimmer that settles at the bottom of the bottle mixed into your pigment. So do a good mix of this, and then I'm going to spritz this pretty good. And I'm going to clean this up because I don't want to get any clogs. So I'm just going to wipe the whole thing, the whole top of this down. And that'll keep the nozzle nice and clean. And I won't have to worry about clogs the next time I go to use the bottle. Now it's pretty wet here. So I'm going to just move these off of this wet spot so that they can dry. And I'm just going to wipe this up a little bit. All right. All right, I'm going to set this aside to dry because it will take a few minutes to dry. And I'll get started on making the base part of the layout. So like I said, I want this white sheet of paper to be my base layer. I'm going to cut the branding strip off. Okay. Let's just check on something else here. All right, is the sound okay on this? If anybody could just give a little thumbs up or an I can hear you, that would be awesome. Just to make sure that the sound is okay. This, ooh. There's so many pretty papers in this. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to go with this stripe as my 3-inch strip. And cut the branding strip off. Okay. So I'm going to have this go down the line here. And I'm going to have a block here. So let me just pick out a paper to use for the block. I want something that's not super busy. I do love this wood grain. I don't know if I want to use the wood grain for my block. I think I'm going to go with the orange. So let's see how big I want to make this. All right, I think I'm going to do a 6.5-inch strip. All right, so I'm going to do a 6.5 by 9-inch block to put my photos and a journaling box on. And I will get to adding some flowers on here soon enough. Okay, so let's just start sticking things down. Just make sure that this is straight. Yep, okay, we're good. Eight, see. Okay, so we're gonna have this here. Here's my florals. This is the 6 by 8 paper pack. And I can't remember if they have a cut apart sheet in here or not. I do, but these are kind of small. I do need the wood grain out for some die cutting that I'm going to do. Let's mat the photo too. Let's see. I like this yellow. Let's pull in that yellow. Let's mat the photo on the yellow. Write down my date. All right, so that is matted. And then I'm going to take a journaling box off of the cut apart sheet. So I'm going to use that journaling box here. All right, and then I can do lots. I'll do my title and I can do some embellishing all around. So let's stick these down. I'll do this at an angle here. And let me cut out the second part of the title, which is going to be Bestie. So the full title is going to be Love You, Bestie, because we're wearing our BFF t-shirts in the photo. So I'm just going to use some alpha dies to cut out my letters here. I'll go back and cut out another E. Let's cut out a second E. All right, so have all that going. Got my letters ready. Just put my dies back on the magnet. moved out of the way. And let's see how our chipboard is doing. It's still a little bit wet. I'm thinking we can line up these letters on here. And then love you can kind of overlap it here. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see how it looks on camera. Yeah, I like that. And I usually do everything more left to the left side, but to the right side, I think it's going to be a nice change. So let's start adding tons of florals. I like layering up florals. It's just fun to try and, it's like a puzzle trying to figure out which ones look good together. Need to add in some extra greenery up here. Okay. All right, I like how that's layered up right now. Let me start gluing some things down. I like the contrast between this very kind of straight looking, very linear alpha for the bestie versus the script font of the love you. I think it makes for a nice contrast in the title. I'm using my glue press to apply just a little bit of liquid glue to the back of these letters. If you wanted to really make these look cool, you could, cut out, 2 or 3 of each letter in cardstock, and you could stack them up, and then you'd have like a chipboard, alpha, the illusion of chipboard alpha without having a real chipboard alpha. So if anybody out there is watching, have you done this challenge yet? The May challenge. You have the whole month to enter the challenge in the My Little Scrapbook Store, Scrapbooking Layouts and More group. And once I'm done with the live and I have the video posted, I will add the links to the group in the description box. And we would love it if you'd come over and join us for all the fun that we have in that group. There's also going to be a live sale for My Little Scrapbook Store tonight at 8:30 p.m. So you can come and you can shop and you can hang out with all of us on a Friday night. When you shop with My Little Scrapbook Store, during the live sale, you can either go on Facebook and shop there. You can go to the web store and shop there. Or, which is the easiest way to shop, in my opinion, is that you can go and download the app. It's available in both the App Store for Apple and wherever you get your apps if you have an Android. I am going to put an acrylic block down on top of that so that it dries nice and flat. Let's put a couple down on top of that just until it dries. So yeah, so you can shop 3 different ways with My Little Scrapbook Store. It's awesome. All right, let's start getting some of this foliage down. So I'm going to glue down the leaves. I'm going to glue down these leaves flat as well, down in the corner here. Okay. And then this floral, I'll glue down flat as well. All right, at least that landed with the glue side up. All right, I'm going to glue this blue flower down flat, and then the remaining 2 flowers I'm going to add in some dimension. So let's see how I like this. I think like that. The yellow one right there. All right, let me add this one on first. I need to trim this a little bit too big. So I'm just going to trim a tiny bit off. I'm going to put a little bit of wet glue on it to give me a little bit of wiggle room. And this one, I'm going to double up my foam adhesive so that it's double thick and it pops up even more. Add a second little piece of foam here, and see, now it's going to lay right on top. I just have to figure out where I want it to go. I think I'm going to keep it down towards the bottom. Cannot get the back off of that. There we go. Okay. All right, now let me do this top cluster. These orange ones, I'm going to put a few pop dots on the backs of the blooms. To give them a little bit more dimension, but I'm going to tuck the stem under. Okay. So here we go. Let's tuck, tuck, tuck. Okay, I'm going to pop this coral flower up on some foam dots. All right, so there are my floral clusters. This should be good now. Yep, that's glued down nicely. All right, let's go through the other embellishments, see what else we could add in. We have this flare. Let's see. I'll hold this off for now. Let's look through this ephemera pack and see what we could add. I'm going to put my glue press back on its stand. A little butterfly. Another little butterfly. And we have some birds. Oh, I like this butterfly down here. A little birdie on top of my title. That's cute. Trying to see if I like that banner there. I don't know if I really like that trapped white space. Maybe if I go like that. Yeah, I like that. have Blooming Lovely. I'm gonna hold that off to the side. I don't know if I can fit that in anywhere. Let's see. I do want to have a second bird. Maybe I could put this bird here, and it's like kind of perched on top of that banner. Got some hearts, but I already have my sprayed hearts that I'm going to use. It's wonderful. Let's see. Where did that Bloomin' Lovely go? Here it is. Let me see now. If I can tuck this under here. Okay, that's nice. All right, let's get back to gluing. So I'm going to do my favorite bug trick, which is putting foam behind the wings and then a little stripe of glue down the middle to glue it on. For anyone that's just joining me, I am working on the May challenge for my little scrapbook store for the Scrapbooking Layouts and More Facebook group. You can go to that group and join in the challenge and enter your projects to be entered into a giveaway for a store credit to my little scrapbook store. Also, if you're here, if you could just leave a quick little comment, just say hi. Let me know that you can see me okay and that you can hear me okay, because this is my first time using this new camera and filming setup. So I just want to make sure everything is working. There's my banner. I'm going to tuck this sentiment strip under here. So hold that down, let the glue take for a minute. All right, let's put this bird up on some foam. So cute. All right. Let's add in some little phrase strips in here. Can add on growing up so fast. The good times. Let's add the good times down here. Tuck it under the layer here. Just checking. I felt like that was a little bit open, but I think it's okay. I don't know if I like this here. Can I pull this up? Yeah, let's see. I think I like it more. No, that's not going to work there. Let's try. I kind of want it tucked in here a little bit more. So we could do this small life is good. And let's see if we can tuck this in. Okay. Yeah, I like that better. Just slightly tucked in there. I want to get those chipboard hearts on here. So let's glue them. And this will just bring that blue from the title into our other clusters. And one more. Tuck that in there. Okay. All right, let's add in some dots from this puffy sticker set. All right, so we have some dots on there. And then the last thing that I want to do is I want to add some stickles on here because I want to just make a little bit of some glittery parts to this. Even though I already have the shimmer on this from the spritz, I just want a little bit of glitter in the flower centers. Just gonna turn this, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit of glitter on the butterflies. Let's see, how can I do this on the butterflies? Just to add a little bit more sparkle. And we'll do it on their bodies. That'll be in the middle. This is just the regular Stickles Crystal. It's my favorite Stickles. It's the perfect way to add sparkle. All right. I'm trying to figure out if I need something. I feel like the layout's very empty down here, so I don't know if I need to like ground it a little bit with a border. I kind of like that. All right, let's ground it. Let's put this peach colored ribbon that came with one of my Little Scrapbook Store orders. And find my double-sided tape. Let's add this to the bottom just to ground it. And I am going to take my bone folder to kind of burnish this on so it sticks really well. And then I'm gonna attach to the back, but I have to be careful because of the wet stickles, so flip up the corner here. Okay, there. I like that. All right, now I feel like it's a bit more grounded here. So that's it, guys. That is my layout for the May scrapbooking challenge. Let me just raise this up. You get a closer look at the clusters. Hopefully it's focusing there for you. And here's this cluster down here with the stickles on it. So thank you for joining me today. Don't forget that there's a live sale tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you're new to my little scrapbook store and you want to shop tonight and get 10% off of your first order, you can use my code SARAHREF. It's SARAHREF. I'll put that down in the description below. Thank you for joining me, guys. Have a good day. Bye.